Hey guys, my name is Niberi and today I'm excited to show you an FL Studio project file for HARDSTYLE that's completely stock. And when I say it's completely stock, I mean it. No third-party plugins and no samples that didn't come with FL Studio. But the first thing on the list is checking it out. And honestly, I'm almost certain that this is one of the best project files you can get on YouTube for producing HARDSTYLE. And also, it's free. So to make sure that we can cover everything in detail, we're going to do this in 4 parts. And today we'll start with something that's the most fun, the kick and the screeches. So first we'll cover the kicks and the kick rolls, then we'll talk about the screech and the automation, and we'll finish it off with the ear candy. Let's first start by covering something basic but crucial about working with HARDSTYLE kicks. You need to be careful with the volume cut at the end. Don't overdo them, because then it's gonna make your tail small, but don't forget about them as well, because then you can get some clicks in between your punches and your tails. And also don't forget them when doing your kick rolls. To start making kick rolls, I always start with what my gut feeling tells me. In this case, it was a main kick roll at the end of the 4th bar of the drop. If we check that kick roll, it's nice. It might sound a little bit messy, because we have 2 separate kick rolls basically, this one here and this one over here. But what I always try to do is checking them afterwards. There are so many tracks from beginners that I hear that have one kick roll here, other kick roll there, and you put them after each other, and trying to hit them is like swatting some flies around your head, instead of having your nice kick rolls that the whole crowd can follow. So to try if your kick rolls actually work, make sure to hit them yourself. If you can hit them, the whole crowd can hit them and everyone's happy. And when you want to switch in between kicks, it's very important that you do so properly. The transition can't be just from one kick to the next. You need to work it up by either having some percussion build up, some effects in between, maybe some kick rolls from the next kick, as I have over here. Or you can play with the screech so that it goes up. Or you can play with some random effects in between that kind of signal like something else is coming. And now let's cover the screech. Inside of Kepler it sounded like this. And that's nice, but there's not much options in Kepler for effects. So I went to the mixer and put some distortion on there and also some EQ. I took 2 points in the EQ and added automation to them. With that automation there's so much more movement in there. Just listen. After this EQ and distortion, I had to add another distortion to make it just a little bit more tight. And after that, it was just a little bit too distorted, so I had to add a more clean layer. And I did that with another Kepler, like this. And for the second part with the higher screeches, I had to add some movement. And I did that with Effector on the buzz of both of the screech layers. Effector is really nice because it has some easily accessible effects on the X and Y axis. And all you need to do is just make a few points for automation clips, and create even more movement with those. So now that we have our kicks and our screech playing together well, we can add some ear candy. Because having these 2 elements is nice, but the ear candy is what makes you stand out. Now, if you want to see me go more in depth, I'm gonna do that. Not on YouTube, but on Patreon. On the 21st of January, my Patreon page will go live. In there we'll have exclusive content, follow along tutorials where you get all the stems so you can do everything that I'm doing. And also I have a mentorship tier so we can have some weekly coaching. Check that out. The main ear candy of the drop is on the second kick. And as you can see, I took some different sounds like this. Give one some sidechain and some grow speed so that it gets a stuttery effect with some distortion. and we take away the lows because of the kick and a little bit of these high frequencies here because they were a little bit too harsh for me. Now we do the same thing with the ride. The ride was just a regular normal ride, but we take away the lows and we add some gate on there. And this one, this industrial ride, is actually quite clean. We just take away the lows so that it doesn't clash with the kick. Now if you put these three together, it sounds like this. The mixdown of kicks and screeches is actually quite easy. If you have a nice stereo image with your screech and your kick isn't that wide, you don't need to do too much. Something we always need to do is of course taking away the lows from the screech and maybe taking away some low end for our kick if it's a little bit too rumbly. Now that's it for the drop of this track. If you have any questions, make sure to drop them in the comments down below, as I'll be happy to answer them. Make sure to grab the project file from the link down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers!